So welcome. I'm like, Kate, I don't know about you, but I'm so excited today because we have a guest in our studio / lounge room /
on the velvet green couch. Thank you very much.
I feel very privileged.
We have the wonderful Therese O'Neill. How are you, darling?
Girl, I am well. What a stunning day it is in Melbourne today, huh?
We are so thrilled to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us. So for anyone who has never listened to our podcast before, this is Workwives on Top. You are joined by the wonderful Workwives who is my workwife, Cara Julian. How are you, sweetheart?
Magnificent. It is Friday. We're nearly upon a weekend.
Yeah, thank God for that, right?
Thank God for that. And also, straight back at you, my beautiful workwife co-host, Kate Littlejohn, in the house. How are you?
I feel I'm really good. I feel like our chi has been so much more aligned since we rejoined the podcast last week when our first episode for 2026 went live for year 2.
Second year of Workwives on Top, girl.
Yeah, but also I'm on my own seat over here, and I feel like I feel almost, I don't know, I was going to say the Queen, but she's dead, so that's a bit weird.
Like Meghan Markle.
Even probably more controversial than the dead Queen, right?
Should get like a tiara for you.
Do you reckon? I'd love a tiara.
I don't have one though.
Do you know I wore one at my wedding?
Oh yes,
I wore it
have a
around.
tiara if I'd known.
Do you have one?
Of course I have.
Of course, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I wore one on my wedding. At my wedding,
I love that.
With my sequin jumpsuit and a
Was it a
crown.
Swarovski
I think
crystal?
Swarovski. Probably. But T, thank you so much for joining us today. It is so wonderful to have you here. For anybody who doesn't know T, first off, how? How do you not know who the wonderful Therese O'Neill is?
Living under a rock.
Under a big, fat, giant rock. But, Cara, would you do us the honours of introducing this wonderful, wonderful woman?
Oh, I would absolutely love nothing more than to do that. So, Therese is a multi-award-winning business coach and mentor who has helped over 250 business owners start and grow their brands, including numerous industry award finalists and winners spanning over a decade. I want to put my hand up and say, T has been a coach for me.
And me.
And look at us go. Hello. She has a social media following of 20,000 plus across all of her channels and is recognised absolutely 100% as an industry icon. Her followers love her content and find her tips easy to understand and implement. Tick. She's a sought-after keynote speaker and facilitator because what she says works. Her thought-provoking presentation, Marketing to Millennials, is such a smash hit in Melbourne in 2024 that she was asked to tour the country. Hello.
Very exciting.
Speaking to audiences across 7 cities. Oh my gosh. From Adelaide to Brisbane. She followed that up with the even more successful Gen Z keynote release last year. Therese is also co-founder. Oh my gosh, this keeps going.
As it should, because she's so fantastic.
There's so much to you, Miss T. Therese is also co-founder of the 1,200 member strong Women Supporting Women Network, as well as co-founder of Man Talk Wellness, a not-for-profit organisation established in November 2023 to support and promote the mental and physical health of men in the industry. Man Talk, where men can be men, no filters, no judgment. Oh, girl!
If we're even ready and worthy, how excited are we to have you, fabulous woman, join us? Thank you so much.
I am so humbled that you ladies invited me to be your special guest. Not only your special guest, but the first special guest. There's going to be a lot more of special guests too, I believe, yeah?
That is correct.
I feel very privileged.
That is correct. But actually, to be fair, T, we spoke to you about this idea that we had starting the podcast back in its inception days, which literally was probably only about 2.5 months ago.
Yeah, we did. We
boom, we're
did.
doing a podcast. But you're also there to help us celebrate our first episode, weren't
Yeah.
you? Going live
Correct.
with a
Yeah.
bottle of champers.
Bottle of champers and a whole lot of laughs. But T was actually also integral in naming our podcast too. Do you remember that
Yes.
conversation that we had? And we were like, we were coming up with all sorts of things. We need wife in there. We need wife in there. And then boom, Workwives on Top came out and T goes, oh, I've got it. Women who do money. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's it.
So you're a part of the
Family.
the family. You
She's
know,
our third wife.
you are. Oh, girl, yes. You're like,
Oh, I am adding that to my tagline. Proud to be the third wife.
We love that so much. So much. Look at us. We're being so progressive as well. I love it.
allowing someone else into our relationship.
Yeah, I know.
We have an open relationship, it would seem.
We do. We absolutely do. Yeah, we're
And
fluid.
an open relationship works so long as it's honest and transparent, people. Yeah.
Correct. Absolutely. So, T, the reason why we wanted to get you on as our first guest is not only because you're our third wife, but also because Cara made mention of this in her wonderful introduction of you around the incredible talk that you do on Gen Z. We have both witnessed this incredible keynote speech that you do, and we just wanted to bring you on to talk through that even more in more depth. And for the benefit of anybody who hasn't heard Therese's keynote speech on Gen Z, A, you're missing out, and B, welcome to a bit more insight from this wonderful woman. So we're incredibly appreciative of you coming on. So let's kick off with, I suppose I just wanted to ask you, what first inspired you to write that keynote speech around Gen Z?
Oh, thank you so much, Kate. So so for those of you that don't know me and actually can't see me up super close, I am not a Gen Z.
Are you for real?
Yeah, for real.
Oh.
However, I
I'm
do
your way.
identify as 35, which is just a squidgy bit older than Generation Z. I also live in a household where I have two very outspoken oversharers who are Generation Z. They're 22 and they're 24. You know what? To be honest, I got sick and tired of people shitting on them.
Fair.
Wow, fair.
Fair.
Yeah.
I got sick and tired of judgments being called from people that probably listen to 3AW about this generation being lazy and they don't want to work and they don't want to study and they're completely wrong. So and also again, as my children have grown up and have become adults, what I'm also seeing, my gorgeous husband. So don't be jealous of Roger in any way, shape, or form. But
Hold on, who is Roger?
Oh my
Yeah.
God, we haven't introduced Roger.
So anyone who listened to our last episode would know that Cara and I, our microphones are called Richard and William, aka Dick and Willie, for obvious reasons. T.
And so I BYO my own microphone today, and I couldn't do that without having a name for said microphone. And I thought, I think Roger, who is, and you can tell, you have a look at Richard and Willie.
He's got some fucking size on him.
Roger has got some balls, I can tell you.
Form, I tell you.
We feel like T's going to leave that microphone here.
Come back and get it after Saturday night.
Just give us a bit of time with Roger. I do apologise, T. But please, back to your wonderful husband.
So back to my wonderful husband, who is super gorgeous. Again, echoing the same 3AW sentiment with like, why don't you do another course of study? Why don't you work longer hours? I think to make a better impression on your employer, you should maybe stay back past 1 minute past 5 and maybe like not whistle in at 1 minute before 8:30 when work starts. To which the response was like, hell no, because this generation actually want balance in their life. They have watched their parents work too hard, sacrifice, say yes to everything, and then they're watching us burn out. And so I think that generation has observed that from their parents and have chosen a better life. And bravo to you.
Hats off.
Absolutely.
100%.
Bravo to you. There is nothing that my son does not accomplish or get done in his work day that he needs to stay back and work harder for. And the other thing about this generation, which I absolutely love, so they are the highest percentage of volunteers. This generation, Gen Z, so 18 to 30s, highest representation in the not-for-profit sector. They don't want to be the Wolf of Wall Street. They do not want to be the number one salesperson in the organisation. They choose life balance. And hats off to them, because you know what? They might live a hell of a lot longer than the rest of us because they won't have the stress.
Couldn't we all have the bravery that Gen Z have around that? It's just incredible. Yeah,
Yeah,
incredible.
hats off.
It's a good call out, that word bravery. They are brave.
They are brave.
And
It's like a big fuck you to the
It
whole way
is.
that we've been conditioned to operate and live and work and stress.
Correct. And don't forget, like, this whole generation is impacted by COVID. This whole generation. So they either went to school during COVID, they went to university during COVID, or they had entered the workforce during COVID, which means for them, working remotely, studying remotely, not having to be in an office 5 days a week, be seen, to be working back till 10 o'clock at night to get the promotion, gone.
so what
That
age-
is not the workforce that they entered. And
That's a good point.
and they also have inquiring minds. And I think this is another reason how they get misunderstood in the workplace. With this generation, if you want them to do something, and they, with total respect, they're happy to do it, but what they'd like to understand is, what exactly do you want me to do? Why do you want me to do it? And when do you want this thing done by? Now, some
All
people
reasonable questions, I would
all
have thought.
very reasonable questions. If you have an open mindset. So if you don't, you think that they don't want to do it or they're challenging your authority. That's not what they're doing. They are curious. They just want to know why. If you go, we need to do this because the world will end, they go, fair enough. Okay, I'll get it done by
I'm on it.
Tuesday.
Hey, what is the age range? Of
18 to 30.
18 to 30.
So your baby,
Clearly, I'm a Gen Z.
alphas. They're alphas.
Babies are
Watch
alphas.
out,
Yeah,
world, when
no.
they start to become
Alpha,
adults.
even that name says it all, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
We feel it already, don't we, Cara?
Oh, yeah. There's two of us live in this house, and I'm definitely not the alpha, although I do try and assert myself as
You
the
give
alpha.
it a fabulous red hot crack and you're bloody amazing is what you are. So, T, if we think about all of that and the context of, you know, what Workwives on Top podcast is all about, we're women who do money. We think a lot about, you know, Cara and I are both parents to young children. We all have children in different generations. Why do you think that money conversations feel easier for some generations and almost a bit taboo for others?
That's an excellent question. So I would, first of all, because we've been talking about Gen Z, so let me start there. And just to go clarify again, so we're talking about 18 to 30-year-olds. They are much, you might even call them the oversharing generation, which I think is that's why I identify as
That's
35.
why you're 35, yeah.
So I'm totally up for oversharing. But they very much are the oversharing generation. So they probably don't have the taboo issue around talking about money that previous generations have, because they're very open about it. Like if I have a look at TikTok, so they're open about anxiety, they're open about fluidity and their sexuality, they're open about dating apps, they're open about so many things very authentic, and they have no shame in sharing and learning and that curiosity. So I think they're actually a lot more open about money conversations. So whether that's debt, savings, or investment.
And thank God for that.
Thank God for that. Yeah. Yeah. So when if I talk about my generation, so I am Generation X, I'm afraid to say. So that means, so Generation X is sort of 46 to the age of 60. So if I think about when I was growing up and talking about money, like we might have read books, like actual freaking books that have got like a cover, not a Kindle,
Huh?
not a book that I listen to with my ears, but
Sorry, what?
like an actual old timey book. So we might have read books like Think and Grow Rich or Rich Dad Poor Dad, and maybe I would lend that on to other people. Maybe I would recommend that book to others. But what we didn't do is talk about how much money we did or didn't have. You just
Yeah.
didn't do that. And I started. So back after the earth had cooled, I joined the banking and finance industry not long after money was invented. And then it was a dismissible offense back in the 1980s and 1990s for me to disclose my salary to any other employee of the organization. So look at how dramatically that has changed.
Dismissible offense is
A
pretty
dismissible
extreme,
offense.
right? And I mean, and it's still, I wouldn't, it's definitely not dismissible anymore, but it's still frowned upon, very much so.
Which is interesting and a challenge, I think, for organizations, because Generation Z, if I fast forward 10 years, they are going to be the majority cohort of the workforce. They want transparency. They want authenticity. So it'll be a challenge for organizations. You might need to remove that clause from your employment contract, is what I'm going to say. And if you don't want people to share what it is that they earned, maybe pay equitably. Yeah? So then there won't be a
another Roger
problem.
drop. We've just had another Roger drop. Yes.
As the gender pay gap potentially will be
Close.
exposed, but also an opportunity to be able to reduce that, right?
Yes, correct.
Where we've not really seen that opportunity, I don't think, before. But going back to what you were saying about, we grew up in an era where no one talked about money. I remember first customer I had as a mortgage broker, mum and dad when we grew up were like, never ask anybody what they earn or what if they've got any debt. Or so when I asked my first customer, I was like, how much do you earn? And they were like, and I'm like, so do you have any debt? Debt? Do you have debt? I felt so awkward saying it. It was awful. Now it's like much, much easier, but it's just what we're conditioned to, I suppose, right?
Absolutely it is. And it's so ingrained in everything. I remember once asking my dad, bless his soul, I remember once asking my dad, how much money do you make? And I copped the eyes. The eyes, all dads have the eyes where they just look at, and that you didn't have to say a word. I've crossed the line. I never spoke about money again in the house, ever. Yeah, it's interesting.
I never knew what my parents earned. There was never a conversation. So my parents, they're both dead, bless you, Barb and Terry. Boomers. Dead boomers, actually, sorry. But there was no talk about money. And the extent of any money conversation that we had from my parents was buy a house, don't get a credit card, you stop spending so much money, Grace. And then if I then said, oh, okay, so how do I do that? They would go, well, I don't know, you work it out.
So on to our next question.
Yes.
What is one financial mindset shift every generation needs to make right now to survive the next decade? We'd love to hear your thoughts on that.
What I'd love to do, Cara, is perhaps start with, so McCrindle's publish reports. You've got to pay for them, so they're not free documents. So they published a report at the end of last year, which is trends and predictions for 2026. And I'm just going to read this. But according to the latest McCrindle's trends report, 65% of Australians either strongly or somewhat agree that the traditional pathway to owning a home is broken to the next generation.
That is a
So that's
huge percentage.
the sentiment. And McCrindles don't just, they're not just interviewing, they are surveying across all generations. So 65% across all generations.
Wow.
I think feel a sense of hopelessness. So what I'd like to say first of all, start with our gorgeous Gen Z, my favourite generation out of all the generations. What I'd like to say is home ownership is possible. Please don't be defeated.
Yeah.
Yeah? But what you need to do is have a little bit of a reality check, and you're going to need to buy within your means. This probably won't and will not be your dream home, but it's a starting point.
That's such an important piece of advice because, when we speak to customers, it's probably talking about that, 3-bedroom house in Brighton. It's like, just pull yourself back just a little bit maybe because it's not going to be your forever home.
Won't be, and if you go, okay, and nothing wrong with that aspiration, but if that's not going to be a reality for you in the next decade, so what are you going to do? You're going to keep saving for 10 years as the market continues to rise? Just get in the market. So can I do a proud mama moment?
Please. We love proud mama moments.
Proud mama moment. So my youngest Cooper is 24. And
you had him when you were 11. Great.
I did. So he signed his contract on a land and build for his first home late last year at the ripe old age of 23. Now, the average age for a first home buyer in Australia today is 32.
Wow.
So and we had settlement in like 3 weeks' time on the land. Super excited.
That is
Is it his
huge.
dream home? No.
I mean,
Well
it's a block
done,
of land.
Cooper.
We can have a party there still, right?
Yeah.
We could just bring a tent.
Well, you should be incredibly proud, and so should Coop. That is an incredible achievement, and how exciting. Settlement in 3 weeks. Amazing.
I know.
But it's so very true. Like, it's gone are the days where, and the reality is, I think for a very long time it's been the case that my brother bought a house that was had an outdoor toilet. That was the only toilet in the entire house. It was outdoors.
Old is your brother?
He's only 4 years older than me.
How old are you?
I'm 40.
That's really? Not really that you're 40, but an outhouse.
I'm not even kidding. Their first house had an outdoor toilet. They worked really hard. Him and his wife, they worked really hard. They saved really hard. They bought a house with an outdoor toilet. They ultimately, 10 years down the track, renovated that. They stayed in that for 15 years. Only now, he's 4 years older than me, have they gone and bought their forever home. There's nothing wrong with that. If that's what is in your personal financial goals, there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, his dream of home ownership started 2 years ago when he got, he hadn't got, but when he'd finished his university degree and then was, on that, I need to go and find a job. Really, his dream of home ownership began then. He did work at Big Al's, but he didn't want to overexert himself. He did no more than 9 hours a week. Across 3
9
shifts.
hours a week.
You don't want to make it an even 10?
Oh, God, no. So, double figures, no. On top of university, that was far too much stress. So, not that he was stressed, but he wanted to avoid stress at all costs.
Balance,
so, he, in his mind, went 9 hours. But he had, so between that, he'd saved $75,000 from the 9 hours a week plus starting his new job right up until the end of last year. So he actually has
incredible.
Amazing money habits, but he was driven by that goal.
That is what is so important.
Yep.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So exciting.
Yes. Oh, now can I get back to other generations?
Please.
So we've done. So I spent a lot of time on my favourite generation. Then you ladies. So for millennials and Gen X, and that range spans from 41 to 60. So I fall under that as well. for you,
You're just taking all the gens, are you?
I am. Especially those in that generation that have got children. My big tip I want to say to you is, please, at this stage, you probably are a homeowner with a mortgage. If you are, make some extra payments, build some equity faster. Mate, even if it's like an extra $50 a week, an extra $50 a month. But also, secondly, can I say, get yourself some life insurance, some disability and trauma insurance. It's probably unlikely you'll die between the ages of 41 to 60, but 50 to 60, they're called the dangerous decade. So that's when your cholesterol will go up. You'll be on blood pressure medication if you don't look after your health and your sanity. You're going to wear glasses, like all these dreadful things are going to happen to you. That's fine, but you could have something. So I've had skin cancer. Things are going to happen. The wheels are going to fall off. So if you are in that generation, just check it out. You may have cover in your superannuation.
Get some really good independent financial advice. Find yourself a financial advisor to help you with that, for sure.
Because life insurance has an expiry date, can I say, so you need to be aware of that. And you may find that what's covered in your superannuation does not help if you have something happen to you and you're off work for 8 weeks. If that happens, who looks after your family? Who supports your family? Who is paying your mortgage? We just had a rate rise, yeah?
Yeah, we did.
So what's going to happen, this is going to impact you. Don't bury your head in the sand. This is the brutal truth.
Yeah, very valid, incredibly valid. Yeah.
Sounds like you also need to find yourself a good doctor getting into that between 50 and 60 as well.
Just don't be complacent overall, hey?
Listen. And the last thing, I just want to talk about boomers too.
Love your boomers.
So 61 to 79 are our boomer generation. And I'm going to say something, but it's so true. So the average life expectancy in Australia today for women's 83 and for men it's 81. So for boomers, you are going to die in the next 20 years.
Truth.
You may not. You may be one of those outliers. My father-in-law is 94, still living at home. He is an outlier. My mum was perfectly healthy up to the age of 78. Perfectly healthy. The day before she had the stroke that ultimately was the first of many that ended her life, she was bushwalking on her own, scouting for kangaroos in the bush. She did that every day of her life. Next day, bam, stroke. You don't know. So, yes, you will die, but also the probability is that you will suffer. Your health is going to deteriorate. And anybody that's listening, women, if you are in your 40s, you are very likely going through perimenopause. If you're in your 50s...
Can we just pause there for a second, too?
Yeah, let's pause.
We're fucking feeling that, huh? All three of us, and we're from different generations-ish. T's across all generations, evidently, but
still in the menopause pain though with my actual generation.
Can I just take a moment to reflect, or to pause and appreciate all the women who go through peri and menopause? We're all fucking queens. Go.
Absolutely, we are.
Here's to the women.
So, as a result of menopause, so your bones are going to get brittle, you're going to get body aches. For some, unfortunately, it increases the risk of breast cancer, lots of things. So, what I'm going to say to boomers, don't bury your head in the sand. Do you have a will? Have you remarried, repartnered, had the death of a partner? Have you updated your will? Number one. Do you have an executor for that will? Who have you named? Do not ever have one single executor of your will. It is too much for one person to bear, and also often leads to fights and conflict within families. Do you have a power of attorney? Financial and medical power of attorney. What are your funeral plans? You need to have these conversations with your family. as uncomfortable as they are, and you're not jinxing the juju by mentioning this is what I would like at my funeral and this is how I would like my assets and estates to be distributed. If you don't do that, it is grossly unfair on your remaining family to have to freaking work that out for you. So that's my advice to boomers.
Hard
Do you
agree.
want, like, let's be real. If something happens to one of you, do you go into a nursing home? Do you get a home care package? You need to investigate this and talk to experts today.
That is such timely and important advice. We've got an enormous shift. Well, the baby boomers are aging. There's a huge population that are aging,
Absolutely.
and a huge transfer of wealth, responsibility, etc., etc., etc. It's really, really important advice. I do want to pick up on something in there that you said around what do you want at your funeral. I would
Yes.
like to know, what would you like at your funeral, T? Have you? Because I've got quite a funny
Oh,
story
mate,
to put to that.
everyone's very clear. So what I want for my funeral is I want, first of all, I want to be cremated. Let's be very clear on that. I don't want to be buried.
I find it such a, isn't it a shit choice to be buried to rot or to be burnt? Like, why isn't there something else? Why does it have to be like rot or burn? Why is that not a thing?
My God, I think we've just come up with the third
Where
funeral option.
balloon,
Put a balloon into the
Yeah, tie it up by your feet and just
into space.
like throw me
Love
into
it.
space.
And
I'm not
we're-
going to cause any damage up there.
you might not make it to space, so we've got to think about where you
You're
drop.
dead, so
But that's just the chance. So you could drop in Egypt on the top of a pyramid. You don't know.
Okay, business idea. Because why haven't we come up with something other than buried or burnt?
We have now.
humanity we have now.
Good.
So getting back, so yes, well, I'm going to go for the cremation option.
Or the balloon.
Or the balloon.
It's been actually worked on and
Monetized and
Yeah,
legal.
The brutal truth is, this is
Legal.
going to happen to me in the next 20, 25 years. So let's be very clear, Cooper, Sally, Jason, if you're listening, they know this already. I would like just a big, wee little parade through Collins Street if the Melbourne City Council can
Yes,
just
Queen.
close it
Why
off for
Collins
a
Street?
minute.
Why
Can
have
we just say
chosen-
not wee little and just go fucking T's in the house? T's here.
She was in the house.
She was. Now she's in the balloon above Collins Street with her fucking parade.
And then I'm thinking that I would like, because like the OD Workwife here, I was born in New Zealand, so I would like the haka
Yes.
perform
Oh,
at my funeral.
do you want me to perform that?
I want you to get a group of Kiwis in traditional dress to
Maldives?
do that haka dance at my funeral. And then I
Okay.
was
Noted.
thinking that I would then light my ashes scattered from atop the highest building in all of Melbourne. And then as the ashes are scattering down onto the closed streets of Melbourne City, the last post.
This
Yeah.
is...
I have it all worked out, mate.
That's incredible. Like that is. I'm gobsmacked. I have no words. Actually,
Rarely have no words and I've got none. Far out. No
Gee,
notes.
you didn't
Like,
expect
Queen.
You didn't expect it to go there, did you, Kate? When
I-
you asked that question.
I didn't. I did
Not
not.
that, bitches.
Seriously, I was just going to tell a little fun anecdote that my auntie, because my auntie is known for talking nonstop. You can't get a fucking word in. And she has always said that she is going to record her own, she's going to record herself speaking at her own funeral so that when she's at her funeral, people will be like, fuck, she's still fucking talking. That's all I was going to say. And then you go and drop this shit. And I fucking love it. I love it.
Well thought out plan.
Evidently. So, boomers, take note. The bar has been
Not
set.
that.
Oh wow! And if anyone wants to share with us their
Funeral plan. There-
plan, that is just neat. Like, because obviously with on brand for what Workwives on top, something that's crazy or out there or different? Because already, I mean, we've heard this extraordinary, remarkable, funeral plan for T here, which is
Not
sensational.
unreasonable, I don't think.
But then
Not
also,
unreasonable at all.
not unreasonable. But then also, we're thinking, about other ways to potentially leave this earth, and we've come up with another way there. So look, we're open to many different suggestions. Please.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So you're sharing with us your wild funeral or death ideas. Good luck. Good luck coming up with something more iconic than what the wonderful T has got planned. Good luck, Sal, Cooper, and Jace.
And I'm just going to say too, because Cooper, Jason, and Sally, if you don't do this for me,
She will haunt you
exactly
forever.
as prescribed, you will be haunted by my ghost forever and ever and ever, including your children that you may have at a future date. Yeah? Get cracking.
Guys, we need to organise some sort of Collins Street shutdown. Mayday, mayday, mayday. Oh, God. Well, T, I don't think we can really top all of that. But what I do want to say is just the insights that you have on the generational shift are just really, really powerful. And something that really stood out for me in your keynote speech around Gen Z is the fact that they make up, you will have the percentages here, but they make up, very soon they will make up the majority of the workforce. And there is so much push-pull of, we have to adapt. And
We have to
I
adapt.
fucking want to. They're so fun and brave. Like, they're putting a big up yours to how we've always done it. Let's go. Let's do it differently.
And that's why the understanding that you are giving makes people stop and think. Instead of potentially having that negative narrative that they, as you said before, hello, they're actually bold, brave, badass bitches and bastards.
Fucking love them. Fucking no wonder.
Yeah, and if you say to them, listen to them. If you do that, let's do this. Why? Yeah. Hey, boss, have you thought about doing it this way? Like where my son works all the time. He has got an amazing. So he's got boomer owners. He's got Gen Y managers, and he's the Gen Z contribution is sought after, and not some work out, some do, some don't.
It's all part of
But
learning,
give
right?
them the opportunity because, like OMG, they can make a huge improvement to systems, operations, marketing, and just ideas. Really, really.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Reframe your thinking.
So, T, have you got some closing words for us before we move on to a very fun activity that we're going to do with you?
Okay. So, look, my closing, and it's not my quote, but I would love to read this. It says, "The future is not an inevitable destination, but something that is impacted by decisions and influenced by actions. It is naive to think that it can be determined, but defeatist to think that it can't be shaped. If you have debt, talk to these workwives. If you've paid off all your debt, talk to your financial advisor. Your destiny and your future is in your hands. If you want it to be bleak and you believe in it, that's up to you. You are a change maker, no matter what generation."
Oh, that gave
Wow.
me goosebumps. Oh, I love that.
I'm tingling. That's really, really powerful. Amazing. Amazing. T, your wisdom
Wow.
is just, you're ever so engaging and ever so wise. And we're just really, really, really thankful for you coming on and sharing even more of that and just going a little bit deeper on what we have already experienced with your keynote speech. But is there anything that you'd also like to spruik while you're here?
Oh, well, yes, I would love to. So, as you mentioned in the intro, I am co-founder of the Women Supporting Women Network. We are celebrating International Women's Day this year by hosting our second International Women's Day event Feb 20, AMP, building, $6.99 Collins Street West. Almost sold out.
The Workwives will be there.
We will be there.
Absolutely, ladies. We have got an amazing lineup. I've got 10 leaders that will be on panel. I've got another 4 amazing keynote speakers. Lots of fun games. Build our own playlist. It is going to be super cool, like all our events really are. So Feb 20, if you haven't got a ticket, jump on now.
We'll put it
The
in our
link will
show
be in the show
notes.
notes. Well done. Thanks, ladies.
No, thank you. We love these events by women supporting women.
They are really incredible. All right, so we're gonna play a little game with you, T. Just a very quick
All right.
game, and we know that you've listened to every other episode of ours, and we're so very grateful for that. So you may be somewhat familiar with this, but we have changed up the questions. So
Okay.
we've just got a few would you rathers that we are going to throw your
Ah.
way.
Okay. Okay.
Cara, do you want to kick us off?
Okay. T, would you rather spill spaghetti sauce on your white t-shirt or step in someone else's dog poo and have that hanging around the bottom of your shoe?
Oh, spill the spaghetti.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone else's dog is like next level
Yeah,
poo, isn't
It's
it?
gross.
And I've done it. I think we've all done
Shit.
it.
Oh, we've all done it.
We've
It's shit.
also all spilt spaghetti sauce on our white shirts as well, and I think
fucking hate
Annoying.
that. It's
It's
really
annoying.
hard to get out,
you know what's worse? It's just one little dot.
right? And it stares
I'd rather
you.
just have it over the whole freaking thing.
So it just clings onto the material, doesn't it?
It just
clings.
says,
It doesn't want to go.
Oh, white. Yay!
Hello?
Let me splatter on you.
That is so true. All right, you're locking in the
Rightio.
white
Okay.
Yeah,
the
white tea.
t-shirt. All right, would you prefer if you're sitting on a plane, you get to the plane and you get to pick where you sit. Would you rather sit next to Elon Musk or Donald Trump?
Oh,
Fucking hurts, doesn't it?
Okay.
you know what? I'm going to go with Elon Musk, and I'll tell you why. He's an introvert and hopefully won't talk.
That is, I
Yeah.
like that
Yeah.
take.
Smart. You could actually just go and sit and put your headphones on.
Yeah.
And he would probably be
Yeah.
quite happy with
He'd play
that.
ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm too old to be of interest to him anyway, so yeah.
Yeah.
Smart.
I
Oh,
like
smart
that.
move.
I like that way of thinking.
Yeah.
Mm.
Are you, hopefully you've kept up with the world events, are you Team Brooklyn or Team Victoria?
Oh. It has been so much
Hasn't
fun.
it been so much fun? Where's the footage of
What?
the wedding?
Why, yeah.
You see that footage?
Actually, I'm going to go with Team Brooklyn
Yeah.
on this one. Yeah, I am.
Feels same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like if we just did a quick cheeky vote
Fascinating.
of the whole world, I reckon that most
just
would
wanna-
be
I
Team
hope the
Brooklyn.
marriage lasts.
Like, and can we just, how has it? He cheated with, what was her name? Rebecca Lewis, the
No, I'm
nanny?
talking about Brooklyn.
Oh, Brooklyn. No,
Yeah.
that marriage will last, I reckon.
I hope that.
Definitely.
Like,
Yeah.
it already has.
Last
He's
year it
very
has.
young, and they got married in, 2022?
Yeah, true.
That's pretty, and I mean,
No, Victoria and David are going to last because they have,
they
because
have
it's
to.
the brand.
They have to.
Yeah.
It is true. That's massive to break up, isn't it? But
Yeah.
you're right.
They
like,
have an
there has-
understanding, I
There
would
has
say.
been some happenings. Been some happenings in the past, hasn't there?
There's some many happening.
Many.
Many happenings.
Are you ready for the next one?
Okay.
Okay, I need to breathe. Breathe. Would you rather fart, cough, or snot, sneeze?
Not these. Yeah, quick, easy one.
Straight up.
Yeah, straight up.
It's all over your arms. You wouldn't want to just go, oops.
No,
I think that's funny.
I do too.
Fart cough is hilarious. But you've got a lot to clean up if you snot sneeze.
That is a lot of cleanup. I mean, you could if you fart, cough, a bit of, oops. That's interesting. Snot, sneeze. All right. All
Whale
right.
an island here.
Are you? Okay, well, I would rather fart cough every day. Or even if it's just myself, I
Now
even
you know
laugh.
why I'm the third wife.
Okay, so the last one. Would you rather have a rogue chin hair discovered by someone else or food stuck in your teeth during an important chat?
The latter one I've had.
We've
Yeah,
all had it, hey?
Had.
we've all had it. That's why we're eating our toasties after the recording of this.
I've been eating them before because I'm well
Yeah.
hungry. Just so hungry.
So I'm going to do the tin hair thing. Mainly, so I go, you know what? So because my hair is blonde, so I can do the rogue tin hair.
Yeah, but a
Notice
chin
for
hair is
somebody
a
else-
chin hair. Sorry, I don't care what colour it is.
Yeah, no, I go with the tin hair rather than I hate it when I have had food stuck in my teeth. And I talk really loudly and rabbited on for hours.
And no one said anything.
And teeth smiles like
I'm
Yeah,
I'm
smile for
massive.
the camera. Yeah, I know. I hate it. I hate it. I
always
hate it. I hate
tell
it.
someone.
Same.
Always.
it's a code. I reckon it's a
Has to be.
yeah.
Yeah. Men, they can fend for themselves.
Yeah. That's right. You can have spinach stuck in every single tooth, in between your teeth and everywhere, and I'm not going to tell you.
Fair. Well, T, thank you so much for coming as our first official guest onto Workwives on Top. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you. We will have all of your details and the details of the Women Supporting Women International
Thank
Women's
you.
Day event in our show notes. Thank you so much for joining us. And for next week, what are we going to be talking about next week, Cara?
Okay. We have to, and it would be rude not to, do a cheeky wee post-mortem on the RBA rate decision.
Yeah, I don't know if you
Yeah.
heard, but they put rates up. Did everyone hear that?
Yeah, just in case somebody doesn't know, you heard it here
He's
first.
living under a rock.
But it's not going to be boring like you think.
Hell no.
Hells no.
The dust would have settled a bit more by next week. We're going to talk about how it's actually impacting people. What you can actually do about it is the more important thing. So I really look forward to that.
Really look forward to that. And also, Kate's going to be sharing a customer story that we're going to be very.
Do you know what I just realised though?
Yeah.
That episode will be in 2 weeks. Because next week,
Oh,
we're not recording an episode next week because someone in the house
in the house.
is
Who?
turning 40. Does that still make me the same generation, T? Am I skipping generation?
Okay.
No, it's next year when you're going to click over, babe. Yeah.
I'm ready for 40.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're like, bring it.
I'm so ready.
Yeah.
So much power in 40.
Like 20s, I was, career, uni, doing dumb shit, partying, blah, 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 all of that. 30s was husband, kids, amazing. I'm just taking over.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
world.
Kids and husband and friends and family and love and work and blah, blah, blah. All of that's important. But like, I'm just going to put myself at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to put your mask on first.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Well, yeah, so it's going to be 2 weeks until we see y'all again.
Yeah. But we'll be active on socials as always. And thank you so much for tuning in to our fabulous first guest, Therese O'Neill. Thank you as always, my wonderful work wife. It's a pleasure as always.
Thank you, work wife.
We look forward to catching up in everyone's ears and on video on YouTube. Like, follow, share, subscribe, do all of those normal things, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Thank you, ladies.